important. We experience a collapse in our life structure most of the time because we fail to funeralize failed yesterdays. You have to be strong enough basically to realize you can elevate out of your current situation. Instead of looking at where you think you should be by now, look at where you have grown out of. There are many individuals who need help with their blueprint, and I want to be that vessel, nothing special, just that mouthpiece to inspire you to construct the best version of your life that you can be. Welcome back to another insightful episode of the Life Structure Podcast. I'm your host, Eric, and today we're diving deep into the empowering art of saying no to various negative influences in our lives, whether it's drugs, toxic relationships, or unproductive company. What type of circle are you running in? Who are you connected to? What are you connected to? Because learning to assert ourselves can lead to a happier and more fulfilling life. So, Life Structure family, thank you so much for tapping in and pulling up on me. Take the time and make sure that you subscribe. Share this with somebody that may need to hear it. It's going to be a good podcast. Going to be a good podcast. So take the time and get in a comfortable spot. And get your pen, get your pad. I'm about to give you some tools to add to your blueprint. We're going to build a little bit. Yeah. So once again, thank you for tapping in. Yeah, we're just going to talk about saying no. Sometimes it's hard for so many people to say no. It's hard. You know, even sometimes we say we're not going to do it anymore. But we still, when faced with the question, when it happens, it's hard a lot of times for us to say no. You know, and it's okay. It's okay to say no. You know, people may invite you to go somewhere that you no longer have interest in, or ask you to borrow money. You know, a guy may ask to come over to your place, or you may be trying to save yourself for marriage, and that woman may push up on you for sex. And it is okay to say no. You know, anyone that struggles with saying no does not value themselves. You know, and a lot of times it's basically because of the trauma from your past that can totally demolish your insides, and this trauma can cause us to be on an emotional life support full of congestion. That congestion that's filled with mucus of frustration, mucus of hurt, visual mucus. And that visual mucus is why we keep missing what God is trying to reveal to us. You know, you become, you know, to the point where you are mentally flatlined because you lost your pulse of focus. You know, and that's what happens a lot of time. You know, we become so distracted with our everyday, you know, with things that's going on in our life every day, that we lose that pulse of focus. And when we lose our focus in life, we kind of just go with the flow. And saying no becomes, you know, it becomes kind of difficult. And sometimes it's because We want to feel appreciated. Sometimes it's because we're feeling empty. And sometimes, and most of the time, it's because of those internal injuries that we just have never healed from. So, my question for you today, have you asked God to cleanse you on the inside? You know, ask yourself, why do I struggle to say no? You know, take the time to ponder, especially after this podcast is over. If you go back and watch it again, but one of the things I want you to do is just take the time to ponder uh, and think about, why is it certain individuals that come to me for whatever it may be, and that you, that it's hard for you to say no? Do you struggle with worrying about what people would think about you because you told them no? You told him or her that you would no longer let them come over at 2 in the morning for that drive-by orgasm. Sheesh. Learning to set boundaries and recognize red flags in relationships is key to our emotional well-being. So saying no to individuals who disrespect or manipulate us is an act of self-respect and an investment into our happiness. So each time you say no, I promise you, it gets easier. It gets easier, because here's the thing. They used to pulling up, talking real good for a few minutes, getting what they, getting what they want, and then just leave. That's what they're known to do. They're hanging out, they doing whatever, and then, well, I guess I'll go over here real quick. My advice to you: stop placing yourself on the operating table and allowing all these different doctors, #men and women, to give you 5 minutes of sedation. You should be tired of walking around emotionally congested with that mucus of hurt and frustration, deceit, and disrespect. Why is it that, because once again, as I stated earlier, when it's hard for you to say no, that means you do not realize the value of your purpose in life. If someone reaches out to you and they want to come over to your house 11, 12, 1 midnight or 1, 2 in the morning, they ain't coming over for Bible study. So you know what they're coming over for. But you should care more for yourself when you know they're coming over for one thing and you're okay with it. No, that should not be okay. So one of the things that you have to learn to do is take the time and ask God to blot out all of your transgressions and cleanse your insides. And when you do that, ask God to give you the wisdom to discern who should not have access. And guess what? He will reveal it to you. But you got to be ready. You got to find that strength on the inside, to say no. I don't want to be connected to you. No, I will not allow you to, have that power over me any longer. You can't just come to me and use me up for what you want, and then basically you're out. I promise you, even with you learn to say no to that individual, what happens is when you ask God to cleanse you from the inside, he will give you that spiritual x-ray vision for you to start seeing people for who they really are. And it's such amazing when you meet someone for the first time, and 30 to 60 seconds into the conversation, you have already, you know, been able to feel if their spirit connects with yours, or if something that they said or some type of body language, because I'm good at studying body language. Sometimes your body language alone is just like something that just kind of rubs me the wrong way. And so I start to, I have to keep you at a distance. That's that spiritual x-ray vision because God will give you, the ability, when you stay connected with him, he will give you the ability to, to seek those things out. I promise you he will, and a lot of times, a lot of these people that we're talking about, so many times we're connected to people and they are used to people, they're used to using people for a crutch in their lives. They've been using people all their lives as their crutch. They use people as financial crutches. They know they can always come to them to borrow money. They use people as sexual crutches because they know they can always count on them for sex. They use people as emotional and enabling crutches. They're back or against the wall, and they used to the pity party. They'll throw that pity party game on you and play on your intelligence, and then you go running straight to their rescue. And of course, they use people as their living arrangement, emergency living crutches. They get put out for the 10th time, but they know they can always come and stay with you. It's okay to say no. Say what you say and mean what you said. Because one of the things is we can't perform CPR on situations that we don't have the lungs for. I'll say that again. Our lungs are not strong enough to perform CPR on people that's just emotionally flatline, and they always need a lifeline to bail them out. Our lungs are not strong enough to continue to breathe and give them CPR on every situation. All of these self-inflicted situations that they continue to create in their lives. It's okay to have love for everyone, but we cannot fix everybody. A lot of times we just have to pull off and realize it's between them and Jesus. Between them and Jesus. These people will drain you and fail to see that you literally are emotionally drained from dealing with them. Always I need. And you just give. You give your time, you give your money, you give your heart, you give everything. And in return, they just continue to want what they want from you, but they're never there for you. So I've learned, when we give people to God and ask him to cleanse their heart and mind, disconnect, and allow him to work on them, they will eventually get it. However, in the meantime, we must make ourselves available to, basically make ourselves unavailable to them and move out of God's way so he can work. And all of these issues that we're discussing are distractions that pull us away from his purpose. The reason that we still have oxygen in our bodies and warm blood flowing through our veins is because we have purpose. And one of the things that so many of us fall off of track, when it comes to our purpose, is because we get distracted by so many people that need us, and they don't give two hoots about the road that we're on to accomplishing, our dreams and aspirations. They don't care about us being purpose filled. And a lot of times, basically, we cause blood clots and we slow up and stop chasing our purpose because we're so busy trying to breathe on other people's situations. They continue to flatline and we continue to breathe on them instead of just saying no. We just feel like we have to be there for them. But once we realize our value and start to appreciate God's favor and become focused to walk out our purpose, man, we become so focused that saying no just rolls straight out of our mouth without feeling guilty. Because see, these toxic relationships can drain us emotionally and hinder personal growth. Hanging out with people who have no goals or ambitions is a definite distraction. So it's important to stay connected to like-minded individuals who encourage growth. You know, one of the things that I have learned and I practice constantly is choosing that social circle wisely because it's vital to our personal and professional development. When we surround ourselves with ambitious and driven people, we are more likely to achieve our goals and stay motivated. So saying no isn't about being negative, but rather it's about prioritizing our well-being and aspirations. Setting those healthy boundaries basically will allow us to focus on what truly matters and create a life that aligns with all of our values. So as we conclude today's episode, remember that saying no is a courageous act that opens doors to new opportunities, and it helps us build a life of purpose and fulfillment. It definitely does. It helps. You will find so much joy when you learn that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say, nah, I'm not hanging out, on weekends anymore. Nah, I'm trying to save money, so I'm not going to go out and waste money. Nah, I don't want to be in a relationship with you no more because it seems one-sided. You know, nah, I don't think this job serves me anymore. I heard God telling me to move on. Nah, I don't think, I need you as my accountability partner anymore because I keep failing because I'm waiting for you and you keep coming up with excuses. And for whatever reason, I keep giving you all of these chances. Nah, I think I'm gonna find me another accountability partner. You know, uh, nah, I don't even want to be, attached to, this family member anymore or this supposedly friend anymore because you don't ever support me. You know, it's always you need what you need, but you're never there for me. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. So once again, as I stated earlier, what I want you to do is, when this podcast is over, look at your notes that you're taking. But one of the main things I want you to do is think back over your life, ponder, think about it. Think about some of the people that keeps connecting and asking, they want, and think about why do you struggle to say no? Why do you struggle to say no? Think about it, because guess what? The only person that can fix it is you. You're the only person that can fix it. So definitely thank you guys for tapping in. Thank you for tuning in once again to the Life Structure Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and share this episode with anyone who could benefit from learning the art of saying no to negative influences. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes that empower and enrich our lives. Until next time, I am your host, Eric, and I'm signing off. Have an amazing week, Life Structure fam. Till next time, peace out. Love ya.